Yes, hello. Good evening. I hope everything is well. Today, I want to record a tutorial on how we can be able to create a PHP CRUD. PHP CRUD. So that is create, read, update, and delete. So first thing, I'm going to enable XAMPP. XAMPP, make sure it's on. So we're going to start the Apache and MySQL. Apache is used to do what? Apache is used to enable your service to run. It's normally running on this port. This is a port ID. And then MySQL runs on port 3306 with an ID of 160.8. Let's go to MySQL and create a database. Just click on admin. It will take you straight to phpMyAdmin. Let's give it time to open. Okay, so I'm creating a new database, and this one I'm calling it maybe students. I'm going to call this database students, and then I'm going to uh, create a table which is called admissions, and then in these admissions I'm going to have 5 columns, and then here I'm going to have an ID, and then here the first name of a student, and then here I'm going to have the last name of a student, and then here I'm going to have the okay, let me just use ID first name, and then what else I can have? Date of admission. Let me have like age, and then I have location, no email. Only those four. Here I can have something like index number. So this one will be an integer of 11 characters. Then fname, it will be a varying character of length 255. And then last name, it will also be a length, but 255 is so big, but I normally use it for my tutorials, but make sure like when you're using it, quote a reasonable value. So for numeric, this one here, for the age can also be a decimal. So what is it? I'm going to use float, and then I'm going to use email as a varying character of length 255, and then I save this table of mine. I'm going to save this table here. Already it's here. Now we can see the structure of our database. It's called student, and then it has got one table called admissions. Now let me go to htdocs, the folder for XAMPP. So let me just open the folders. So File Explorer, I go to XAMPP, and then htdocs, and then I create here a folder which is called admissions. I call this folder admissions. Then this folder, I'm going to open it with the code. Then I'm going to have some files here created. So let me close this one here. So I'll create the first file, which is called admissions.php, and then I create another one which is called login.php. Not login, I call it index.php, and then I create a folder for holding the photos of the students who have been admitted. So I can call it maybe photos. Let me remove this two because they came unexpectedly. So I can call them photos. Then before that, I want to go to the table. We add one column after email. Then that column, I'll call it a photo. Then it's a varying character. I prefer to have a default length like that. But anyway, you can use even the length like 100, like 50. It's okay. So now for admissions, I really want to have the structure of the file. Just press Shift and then 1, and then you click Enter. This one is going to give you the basic structure. And then here, I want to call it admissions. Then I'm going to use some libraries. I'm going to go online and get a very nice library which is called Bootstrap. I like using Bootstrap 5. Bootstrap 5, because of their classes, they are good and they are quick other than relying on typing the codes for CSS. Okay. Bootstrap, I don't know why it's taking long like that. Get bootstrap, get bootstrap.com. Don't know what site, what searching site was that. I don't know. So let me just get the links, the CDNs. Yeah, so these ones are the links that I need. So let me get the CDN links. They are here. So I will copy this. I only need for CSS. For JavaScript, I don't need it for now. Control Z. So I'll type link colon CSS. Link colon CSS. Then after this, in this style, I replace it with the link that I've copied online. So you can see there are two CSS links there. So let me just remove that. And then I want to create one div that's container. So to create a class, so just press dot and then class. So like I need container, and I need to have another class that is going to make the top margin to be 5, and then I also need it to be something like yeah, I think that is okay. And then what am I going to do? I'll create a card. So I'll create another div called card, and then of background red. So I'll create another class which is called text danger. Not text danger, that's bg danger. Bg danger. And then I also have justify content center. Justify contents. Content center. And then I have text warning. So I'll make the text to be yellow. And then I also have margin bottom 2, like that. And then inside it I want a heading 1, which is called let's say Lenana School 2023 admissions, like that. So let me preview my file. So it's stored in the admission. So to do that, I'll open a new tab and then I type localhost, then comma admissions, then comma, then it is called, the name of my file is called admissions.php. So I don't know if it will be searched. Okay. Lenana school. Anyway, there is a problem a bit. Okay, instead of having justify content center, I can just type text center like that. Just text center will be made to become at the center like that. Good, you can see Lenana School 2023 admissions. So that is it. So everything is now okay. We are good to go. So let me make now the form. The form I'll still create it under this div. So that is just a form of the method post because I'll be sending data to the server. And then in this form, because I'll be sending pictures, I remember to have NC, enc type, encryption type to be uh, multipart, just multipart, and then stroke form data, multipart stroke form data. If you don't enable that, then you know that you're not going to send the images to the server. And then I need to create the labels whereby the people will be inserting their records there. So maybe I can have one field set there, and then I create a form group, div class. So I'm going to create a class called form group. Then, okay, let me disable that class. I don't want it for now. Let me create a label, and then that label should have what you call the index number. So let me just say KCP index number. KCP index number. Then I create okay, sorry, just 1 minute. Let me create a div here which is called a form group. Just a form group. Inside it I can have that label now that I was creating. Then I type the input box whereby you're going to type something. So input box, so I'll just type text there. Then it's a form control, and then I need to specify the name. This name it will be based on what I have here. So I can have index number. So index underscore number like that, and then I need to make sure it's required to prevent the user from submitting the 0 entries. So I'll copy this one several times. So how many times? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll copy it 6 times. So let me just copy. This is 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. So what are these things that I need to put? So we have got f name, l name. So this is the first name, and then it's text, and then I just indicated as f name there in the table, and then this is the last name. I need to indicate this one here as l name. I need to indicate it as l name, and then what else? We have got l name, age. So I need now here it should be age. Then type should be number, and then in here should be age the way I indicated it. So with capital A, and then we also have email. So for email, I'm going to put a. So let me just type here email. And then here we can have email so that you can have that email validation taking place. Then array key should be email also. And then lastly, you can have photo. A photo is a file. So input type should be file. And then name should be the way I had it in the table. So photo, and then like that. And then once more I create a button. So let me just have form group again, and then I can create a button. The type of the button should be submit. Then here we can have what you call btn, and then another class btn danger. Then here I can create save, can just make it to be save, and then I can also have another button. Button type should be reset. Yeah, button type should be reset, and then reset clear form, and just have clear form like that. So the name of this button should be save. Name, I have it like save, save student like that. So let's preview our form. We'll see how does it look like. Wow, you can see how does it look like. It looks very nice. Huh? So let me do something with this button here. It has not been made to be okay. Class should be btn. Okay, just btn like that. Then btn secondary. So let me just make it to be btn secondary like that. So let me see if I can have entries with that clear form. Does something, yeah, it clears everything. Now everything is okay, we are good to go. Well, now we can start with coding to insert now details into this particular database of ours. So I prefer having another file, but now it's also good to have coding taking place in this particular file again. So what happens, we need now to start, we need to connect to the database. Guys, in a previous lesson I said we need to create a variable which is called connect. You can name a variable with the names that you want, but the arguments will always be the same. So the function that does the connection is MySqli connect, and then we are going to have the 4 parameters inside like localhost, and then who will be the user. Actually the default user is root, and then we don't have the password, but now the name of our database we need to indicate. It's actually here, it's called students. You can see our database is called students, so indicate there students. Now once more you can check if the connection has been enabled. So you can say if, let's say connect, if connect, then you can just echo a message, connection success. So if you want you can do that, but now it's not mandatory. Once you follow the correct procedure, everything will be okay. You can see connection success, everything we've set it correctly. If you have those parameters the way I've indicated here, you should not worry about the connection to the database. Actually it will be done in a safer way. So let's check if the user press this button here, what happens if the user press this button called save, what's going to happen. So if let's say if at the name of a button we are identifying it with the name that is save, you can see it's here save. So we are going to use an isset function to check if the button has been clicked. So if isset, then we'll use the method of the form which is called post, and therefore you're going to check it using the global variable post, and then the name of the button which is called save. So if it's clicked, then we can echo the message button, just button clicked. Button clicked. So let me just check if that one is okay. In this type, this time, guys, I need to fill the records, so I can fill the random records there. So just random just to ensure that I fill everything like that. Anyway, this one doesn't matter because everything was required, so I need now to ensure that I fill everything. You can see the message button clicked has appeared here. So let me clear the form. Now what do I need to do? Realize like KCP index number, you can put text. So let's just disable text and we reduce the keystroke to a number. Okay, so we have to ensure that it's number like that. So I think everything is now okay. So instead of having the message button click to be displayed, we can create different variables to help us grab the values. So like let's say for index number, I can create a variable called index, or you can use your own names. I use the method of the form, which is called post, and then what is it? I can, let's say, I can identify it with this array key index number. So inside here, put quotation and then index, and then we have got a number like that. And then what else? We have got fname. So you'll copy this severally and then you paste it severally. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. To copy, guys, is very simple. You just highlight what you want to copy like this. Then you press Control C. If you're using Mac, just Command C. And then downwards, you can be pressing Control V. Control V is for pasting or creating that copy. So you have got fname here for grabbing the first name. Then you have got lname for grabbing the last name. And then we have got age for grabbing age. And then we also have what it is, email, and then photo. So we have got email here, and then we have got lastly photo. So here we can have index number, and then here the way I indicated should be capital F, then name. Here should be capital L, and then name. Sorry for this wrong spelling here. Then here capital A, and then GE. Then here we can have email. So the spelling is not correct. So email like that, and then we can have photo. We don't use for our post. Photo, remember, it's a file, so we'll use our files. And then we have got the name, the array key. This array key that you're going to use, it's here. That's photo. So we are going to indicate here photo. A photo, no, sorry, that's photo. And then we need specifically name. And then another thing, you can create a temporary location, the TMP name. Make sure that you do that for all the cases. So you can have files, and then you have got a photo. Sorry, not in capital letter. Photo, and then you can have that is a TMP name like that. And then I can have now the name of my folder. This folder should be identified as what? We have quotation, then 2 dots, then /. Then we have got photos, and then /. You remove this dot, make sure it's outside. You concatenate. This is called concatenation. You concatenate with this photo like here. Then you have it like that. So everything is okay. Now we want now to send our data to the database. But if you want, you can be able to validate. All the aspects of validation, I'll teach them in a separate lesson. So let me now start saving this user, and I'm going to save if the index number is not empty. If you give an index number that is empty, then that one is going to be bad. First of all, before I save, is there any student who is existing in the system here? So you have to check. So I'm going to create a query that's going to fetch the user that is existing, the student that is existing. So you can have fetch existing equals to MySqli, then query, then into brackets I can have the variable connect being passed here. Then I have select all. We just use star from admissions. Is it admissions? I don't know even the name of our table here. Admissions, where this column here, where this column, which is index number, where index number, no, it's small letter, where index number, where index number equals to that is what the user typed here, like index. And then we need to count like how many have been returned there. So you can just say maybe returned how many students have been found. You can just use the formula called MySqli num, then rows, MySqli num rows. We are counting this code fetch existing. So we are going to type there fetch existing. Now, if you find that it's greater than 0, if let's say returned, if returned is greater than 0, which means like the number of students that have been found there, maybe we have got 1 or whatever. So we're going to create a message here, and then we have student with that index number already exists in the system. So that's now the message, or else part. Else we can start now registering. Else if let's say our ID, if let's say index number is not equal to empty. If index number is not equal to empty, we can create a query now. A query equals to, we can, okay, or let me just identify it as insert student equals to MySqli, then query, it's picking the parameter connect, and now the message insert into the name of our table, which is called admissions, and then we need now to check our columns. We have index number, we have index number, comma, we have got fname, comma, we have got lname, then we have got age, and then we have got email, then you have got photo. And what are these values that you'll be inserting? Values are what the user has typed, so make sure you indicate them in this single quotation. So I've got index, then next open two quotations like that. We have got fname, sorry, it should be in small letter, fname, and then comma, and then open two quotations again. Then we have got lname. So you can break the line by pressing Alt Z, then comma, we have got age, have the two quotations, then put the age, and then comma, we can have now the two quotations, and then you put email. I'm sorry, this one, it will be interpreted differently, so you should ensure that you have the way it is written here. So we have got email, and then next we have got photo. Photo now, for you to upload a photo, don't upload the name, just upload the photo together with the URL. And therefore, I prefer you have folder here, just to prevent a lot of problems there. And then we can just say if the photo has been inserted, I can echo something. I can session a message. I can just create a message here. Just create a message. Message equals to, can have the name of the student. Fname concatenated with the space, then concatenated with the lname, then concatenated with a space a bit, has been registered successfully. Then you close like that, and then a colon there. Then after inserting, after he has been inserted, after he has been registered, we need now to create another. We need now to move now the uploaded file from the temporary location. So you can have tmp name to the name to our folder now, which is here. So you can just have folder now like that. I think everything is now okay. Let's create a place whereby our message will be seen so that you can see what has happened. So you need our message to be just below the form here. So I'll create a div which is called card, and then it's going to have, so this is where our message will be displayed. So we are going to say, we are going to open the PHP tags here, and then we say, then we close down here to avoid maybe problems again. So we create a message, we'll create some codes here. If is set message, we want to see if the message has been set, then you can say echo message, not really, just message that contain of ours like that. Okay, so I think everything is done. So right now I think the user will now be registered and defined it. Okay, you have a syntax near line 1. So okay, let's see line 18. What's there? Line 18. It's normal to have the bugs. It's not the first time we are having these things, huh? So insert into admissions, index number, fname, lname, age, email, photo. What is okay? So I think the problem is here. I did not close this thing here. And then another problem, that's on line 8. Line 8, what's happening? Did I identify email? I identify array key email. How did I identify email? You can see it should be in capital E. Yeah, so it should be in capital E. So I can now save and then I refresh my form. I think everything is now okay. Okay, you see this one has been registered already, so I don't know why. So undefined array key email on line 8. Line 8. Is it still undefined? Let's leave it like that. I don't think it is going to have an effect. Now that you've taken care of it, let's now check who is this that has been admitted without our consent. Okay, let's try admitting a student. First name, I can write my names here. And then I put my age there, and then I have the image. You can have the image like that, and then we save. Max Mu has been registered successfully. So if you check, no, what is that? You can see my admission number, everything has been inserted here. So what's going to happen? I'm going to clear. I'm going to delete where index number equal to 0. So delete where index number equal to 0 like that. So I'm no longer interested in that because that one we entered and it's still in the form. So we didn't want that. So you can see now everything is now clear here. If I check in my photos, we have the image inserted there. So everything is okay. Now, I think we are done with the first part. The second part, we need now to search dynamically the users that have been registered into, those students that have been registered into the system. And how do we do that? We can press Shift 1, and then I can have the registered students, and then what am I going to do? I'll get that bootstrap CSS link, and then I copy, and then I come over here, link link.css, and then I replace this one here with what I've copied from that is a bootstrap net. Here I'll create a card, and then I have here heading 1, and then I say admissions, and so I can have maybe 2023 admissions, admission list, like that. So let's say I can change this one here to, let me change index.php. So let me copy this, and then I have it here, and then here I can have index.php. You can see 2023, this card is a class. You can see how it has been enabled. So I can put some classes here like text danger. It's going to make the text to be red, and then now let me just put text warning to make it yellow, and then bg danger, then I put container to have the margins, then margin top to be 5, then margin bottom to be 2. I think that one makes sense a lot. You can see how it has been made. And then one thing that's left, the text should be taken to the center, like that. Wow, so everything is okay. And then below it, I want to make some decorations. Create another class, then text primary, and then I make create a McQueen behavior there. Then I can specify the direction to be alternate, and the name is what is it? I've forgotten about this name. Strive. The sky is the limit. So let me just have it here. You can see what's happening. The sky is the limit. This text is here. It's moving. It's hovering around. So Bootstrap has got very nice tables. I want you guys to see the tables. So let me search for the tables. Tables like that. No, really, they are not here. And I don't know why this thing is getting stuck here. So I can search for Bootstrap tables. Bootstrap tables. Okay, if it's going to take long, I'm not going to be patient as such, but I'm going to create a table here based on Bootstrap. Okay, as it loads, let me just go straight to the document, to the body. I need to create a container here. So you just type dot container, and then you have got a dot margin top to be 2, like that. And here I'm going to create a table. You can see this table Bootstrap. Anyway, is it still loading? Yeah, it's loading. You can see there is a table here. Very nice table. So I just want to check the class sheet. It's actually table. So you can just type table and then dot table. I like another class that's called table bordered. Table bordered like that. And then I can have the T head. That's the heading of the table. Then the row. Then the heading. Actually, I can have hash. And then here the head. I can have, what is it, the first name. First name. Then I can copy. Okay, I can just have another one, th, Then we have got last name, and then I can have that's age, and then I can have what is it, email address, and then I can have here email address, the 1 2 3 4. I can have another one, that's for action, like that, whether we want to insert or we want to delete. From there I can have now the body, that's a T body, and then here we can have a row, and then here TD. For example, I want to have 1, I'll insert maybe for number is 1, then student name should be Mark Simeon, and then no Mark like that, and then last name should be Simeon like that, and then age should be 23 like that, and then email should be markmew@gmail.com, and then you have got action, you can have a TD, insert, then delete the two things like there. So this is how our table will look like. Just to define a quick structure of it, this is how it will look like. This is how it look like. You can see it's very nice. But now I don't want to be filling the contents one by one. I just need to do a clean thing. I want to do a clean thing. So here I can put call span. Call span equals to, no, not call span, row span equals to 2, so that it can cut 2 rows, and then here I can remove that. Okay, like that, and then I create another TD, and then I create their delete. So if I refresh, this is what's going to happen. Yeah, call span, row span should be 2. Call span should be 2. Should cut 2 columns. I'm merging there. Okay, very good. Then here I can have plus equals to, that's text center, text center, like that. So you can see action, insert or delete. Yeah, so that is it. Now let us fetch the contents dynamically from the database. What can you do? First of all, we can write our PHP code here for memorization function. This is what I want to do. Help you create a variable again for connection equals to MySqli connect, and then we can have localhost, the name of the host, the localhost, not localhost, localhost. Then you have got root, then no password, then this is what's the name of our database again. Once more, let me just go to confirm. It's called students. Students, like that, students. Then I don't want to check if it has been connected. I just want to go straight away to search students. So it will be MySqli, then query, then have connect, and then select all the details. Select all the details from admissions. Yeah, so like admission is none other than the tables that we've created here. This table that is here is called admissions. It does contain everything about the students. So select every data from admissions. No restriction. We're not going to use where clause. I think this one is okay now. Now, before we start our body, we are going to create a PHP tag here. And then here we're going to create a loop. We know a loop is just like we'll be repeating, getting the data over and over again. So here I can write while. So I'm going to use a while loop, but you can also use for each. Everything is going to be okay. So while, let me just create another variable called row, or maybe I can have while students equals to MySqli, and then we have got a fetch, that's fetch, and then array, and then what am I fetching? I'm just checking on such students. I know maybe you're wondering what is this, what am I doing here? So while MySqli fetch array, so it means that it's going to check on every column and it's going to associate it in this particular variable here. So such student is a query that we enable up here, this one here, such students. You can see the same as that one here. So I'm going to use the function MySqli fetch array, or you can alternatively use MySqli fetch assoc. Those two functions perform the same role. It gets the column and then it associates it with what? This particular variable that we have here. So I remove this code that has been commented, and then I'll also remove this because I want now the body to be looped all over again. Okay, don't worry with that. So here I'm going to do what? To open a PHP tag, and then I have echo. What am I going to echo? Just students, and then I open the colon, and then I have index number like that. Yeah, like that, and then I have semicolon, question mark, I close like that. Yeah, so this one is going to generate the index number. So I'll copy this code severally because it's the same code. I'll copy and then I paste here. Here the name of the column that I want to associate here should be fname. Yeah, sure. Actually I'm having fname. Then here actually it's going to be fname, that's lname. And then here I'm going to have age, that's age, and then here I'm going to have email, that's email, and then lastly, no, before that I'm going to have photo. I forgot about it. I didn't know about it. So I can, and in photo this one is unique, so I can have img, then src equals to, then I open this quotation, and then inside here I can put a quotation like that, and then I say echo, and then I have, that is a row, not row, students. Then I have photo like that, and then I close that, and then I have something like semicolon, question mark, and then I have it that way. So this one, no, so it should be a square bracket. And then it should be, let me see, I'm causing an error here. So this is okay, echo students, and then photo. And then this one here, the following heading should be photo. Then okay, let me just have this one here as photo. Yeah, photo. And then this one here should be action, there should be 2. So we have edit or delete. So edit, and then we have got delete. And then after the body, we're going to open another PHP tag. You see this while was open here, so we need to close it there, and then question mark, and then close like that. Now let's refresh. You'll not see the difference. Yeah, there's a difference here. You can see the photo, it's here, but now it's very big. So we can now reduce that size by doing this. Outside here we can have height. Height should be something like, let me just have 50 pixels, no, 70 pixels. And then width again should also be around 70 pixels. Let me just make it like a tiny square like that. 70 pixel like that. Let me see what's going to happen here. Wow, nice. This is it. I did delete. These ones are not active. Now I want to show you how can I be able to activate them. The height is still very large, so I can reduce that height to around 50. Let me just cut it off by 20 pixels high. So okay. It's stretched a bit. It looks more pixelated. Let me adjust that aspect ratio again. Makes sense a bit. You can see the image not so much stretched. So what I can do, this one I'm going to make it as a link. So I'm going to say a, then href, just a like that. Href should be maybe, let me just use I can use this page, that is index.php, and then question mark, and then I can have index number equals to, I open the PHP tag, and then I can say echo, and then what am I going to echo? That is a students, and then what is it, index underscore number like that, and then I close. Then I close like that, and then I have semicolon, question mark, like that. And then the name of our link should be edit. So maybe let's say, let me just have here editor, edit like that. So let me see if it has come there as a link. You can see it's a link, very nice link. You can see down here. If I click here down here, you can see edit admission number equals to that. Then I copy the same, and then I have it here. So here should be delete now. Delete, and then here we can have our text here, delete. Now let's make this thing to be quite a bit okay. So outside here I can make a class to be text success, which means it will be green, and then here I can make another class equals to text and then danger. So let's see, they are still are they still underlined? Yes, they are underlined. So I can move that underline by doing what? I can put a style equals to let's say text decoration, then I put none. Text decoration should be none, like that. So I'll copy this code here, then I also have it here like that, and then you can see now they are not underlined. The underline has been moved away. So everything is okay. We can register another student, and then we see what's going to happen. So let me register Peter. Okay, 3. Then Peter, and then Osinde, age should be 12, email should be let's say peter@gmail.com, then file should be, let me pick this guy here, then I save. You can see Peter Osinde has been registered successfully. If I refresh, you can see now we have got our Peter Osinde here. So you can see how fun that one is. We can now start to activate the edit and delete feature. How do we activate the edit and delete feature? So still here, like I've put here quotation mark, a question mark to put this thing into the URL. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use another method of the form which is called get. Yeah, get is used to grab something from URL. So what am I going to do? I will say if, let's say, is set, then I open the bracket, and then you have got get edit. I just want to see edit. Then I will make the ID to be equals to get, and then here is actually edit, and then here I can now activate the delete. So I can just have delete equals to, then MySqli, then not sorry, not delete, just edit equals to MySqli. Okay, sorry, before that I need now, when the record, when someone clicks on the edit, I need all these details to be taken where into, we need now to open another form which is called editor. And how can you be able to do that? Let me activate delete first. Sorry, if we set get delete here, I can say id equals to get, then delete. I'll store it in this variable. Then I can activate now delete equals to MySqli query. Then I have the connection variable, connect like that, and then comma, and then you see delete all from admissions where index number equals to, I open two small quotes or two single quotes, and then I have ID, this one here, where it's equal to this one here. And then if, let's say, deletion has been taken place, if delete, we can create a message here, a message equals to, then record deleted successful, record deleted successfully, like that. So everything is okay, everything is now okay here. So let's try to delete. Like if I delete Peter, oh, you have got a syntax, check the area that near from, oh, delete from. I'm very sorry for that. You don't need to use this. Just type delete from, not delete all. So I'll click there. You can see the record is gone. So that's how we activate delete. So let me schedule this message to be displayed up here. I just want the message to be displayed above the table. So here I'll create just a card, then text center, and then yeah, just text center like that, and then text warning like that, and then I create a PHP tag here to see if the message has been set. If, let's say, is set, then we have got a message, then you can have now echo message like that. So everything is now okay. So for this case, what am I going to do? So for this case now, for edit here, I'm not going to show it in index, so I'll take it directly to another page, that is admissions.php. So let's go to admissions.php so that I can set the records to help the user see what he or she is editing. So down here I'm going to say if is set, that is into bracket, I can have underscore, then I have get, then what is it, edit. Then I can create here an id equals to get, and then I have edit, and then I'll use this id to fetch all the details of the user. So I can create now student details, student data equals to, I can have MySqli, and then query, then I can have the connect variable, a comma, then I have select all from admissions, where index number equals to whatever the ID is, and then I'm going to associate them. Maybe I'll create another variable called data, then I use MySqli fetch assoc or array. You can use assoc or array. So what are you associng? Student data, like that. And then from there, I will create something here for KCP index number. I'll have something here, value equals to, let's say I'll have something here, question mark, then PHP echo. Sorry, before that. So once like here we have associated all the data there. So we need now to get now the index number. Index number equals to data index number. So that one is what we get it from the database. So like in this case, this one here, index number. Then we also have fname. Fname equals to, that's a data, and then we have got fname, and then we also need lname. Lname equals to, that's data, lname, and then we also have another thing. What is it? Age here. Age, that is age equals to data age, and then next, what do we have? Email equals to data email equals to, that is a data email, and then what else? Photo equals to data photo. Photo equals to, that is a data, and then we have got a photo, like that. Then after we have done with that, I'm going now to set these values here now. Value equals to, that is a PHP echo. I'm going to echo the first one. What is it? Was it index? Yeah, it was index. I'll echo index there, like that. So I'll copy these values severally. So like that. Severally, so like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. So instead of index in the second case, it should be fname. Just fname, and then here it should be lname. Yeah, actually lname, and then we have got age. Then here we have got email. Then here we have got a photo. yeah, photo. So that is index, fname, lname, age, and everything. Now let's refresh this form. I know it's going to cause some abnormalities there, but I'm going to get that one sorted and define array fname. So what is it? Fname. What is it? What is this? What is that's fname? Fname. Why line 70? Line 70. Line 17. What did I set it to be? Oh, okay. It should be fname like that, and then I save. I think everything is now okay. Fname on line 17. What was it? What was it? Fname. It's okay, guys. There's no problem. There's no problem about it. So what am I going to do now? You know, I've clicked on that edit. Everything is now okay. So before I register anyone, those names should not appear there. What you mean? Like before we do anything, I'm going to set these values here. I'm going to set these values here. Be something else. How am I going to make them? Yeah, so so let me just clear the form. Let me go to this one here. Suppose I want to edit the details of this person here. Mark. Now we have got Peters in there, so let me just see. Mark. Can see my details. I'll set in this form now. I can edit them peacefully. But I don't like them being set in this form here now. So what am I going to see? Like age has got a problem. Age like has got a problem. You can see we don't have small a. It's capital A like that. It's capital A, so I think it's now okay. It's now okay. So let me open that. You can see these things are giving us issues here, so we can help to address them. So to prevent all those issues, I'm going to copy this form twice. So I'll copy this form and then I'll paste it here. And then in this second copy, I'm going to rename here as edit.php. And then in my index.php, I'm going to redirect it to edit, not index, not admissions. Now I'm going to take it to edit.php, and then what I'm going to do in the admissions, I'll remove this as code, let it go, and then for these values, I'm going to delete everything that looks like this to prevent these values from being displayed. Yeah, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. So let's see, let's preview our admissions. Now it's good to go now. One more thing, guys. One more thing. This I don't like how this thing is, so I can maybe make BG to be maybe something like danger. Then text, then should be warning, and then text should be at the center. Yeah, like that one. Yeah, and then this message for someone to show us who has been registered. It should be in bold. So I like it being in bold. Let me see if we've made any error here. There is an error here. What error is that? That then is going to complicate my code. The error was even here. This one was an error. So, but I can also figure out. I can go to make that onto the board like that. Then outside here it should be two quotations and then a dot. Then here I close that board. Let me see if it's an error. No, it's not an error. Then here I concatenate with two dots again, a dot. Then I make this onto the board. Then after this one, two dots with a dot again. Then I open and then I close like that, bold. Wow, no error. So let me see now. KCP index number. First name should be Alphas, and then last name should be Shimuli. Then age should be 20, and then email should be gmail.com. And then we have photo. I can choose any. Let me just choose. I've got photos for guys here because of the project. You can see Alphas Moshimuli has been registered successfully. If you check on admissions, let's go back. Alphas Moshimuli is here together with his photo. So you look at this. If I click on edit, I'm taken to this form here. But I'm sorry, age is not being loaded. I don't know why age is not being loaded. So that one is the issue that we can go to address. Let's check why is age not being loaded. Data age, because we don't have it. It's so funny. So funny. So what I can do, I can make this one here. So what is it? If I refresh, you can see age is here. So you can choose what do you want to edit. Like if you want to edit the name to be Elvis, it's up to you. So you can save. Then if you want to upload another photo, you can have it there. Then you can save. Student with that number already exists in the system, so we don't need to insert. What we need to do in the edit now, we did not activate the code for edit. Remember, we are no longer interested. We are interested in these things here, my friend. But for the thing here, instead of doing this, instead of finding the existing use students, what we can do, we can deactivate this code up to here. Then I remove this one here. And then I'm going to say if index number is not empty. So instead of doing that, we can remove this section for inserting. So let me just wrap the content like that, and then I create another query. I create a query here which is meant for updating. So insert into, so what is it? Okay, so here I can say update admissions. I'm going to update that table, and then I set what? I can set index number index number to be which value? Index to be this value index. Comma, what else? I can set fname. I can set fname to be equals to, that's fname, and then I can set again lname. This column should be the same as this ones in the table, otherwise you'll be doing your own things. So this one should be equal to, that is a lname, like that, and then comma, what follows? Age. That's age should be equivalent to, that is age, that should be age here in capital letter, then comma, what is it? Email again should be equivalent to, that is email, and then we can have photo, then photo should be equivalent to, what is it? The photo should be equivalent to a folder, like that. And then if this one should not be insert, let's make it to be update to avoid getting confused. If update, we can set the message has been details have been updated successfully, has been updated successfully, like that. So what is it? So this one will be moved, so we don't have any problem with that. Now what is it? Up above the form, I'm going to preview the image of that person, so there is no need I have this one here. Okay, so how is it? Let me leave that one for now, guys. I'll explain others when other time will come. So what is it? Undefined variable update on line 14, updated. So let me see if it's gonna work. Elf's details have been updated successfully. Let me just make this one to be quite a bit visible. So this card should be text danger, no, text warning, then text center, text warning, text center. So let's see. Then bg danger, then like that. So what is it? So like we don't need this message to be shown here. So let's say if the update has been done successfully, where is it? Here. We can now send what? The header. We can now activate the headers, and then we have location, then we have got index.php. Then we set now the message to be, can see what is it? This message here. the message here. This is the message. This is the message. This is the message here. That's what I want. Yeah, that message. And then lastly, I prevent that syntax error. Then I copy this thing here. Instead of being here, I can have it on index.php just above it. It's already there. So what is it? I can just say here if the message has been set into URL first. That's okay. Okay. Let me just open it somewhere here. And then here I can say if, let's say, is set, then we have got a get. If is set and then a get, and then we have got a ms. Then you can say message. Message equals to get ms, the one that I set into the URL. So actually that ms it's here, guys. Don't worry about it. ms is here what I'm setting into the URL, this one here. Yeah, so I think we can now see what is going to happen with our files. You can see phpMySqli has been updated successfully, but now you see every detail has been, that the problem with this thing, it has updated everything. Why? Is because I forgot to do something here. Why is that update editor? So what is it? Where is it? I don't know why I forgot that. Where we need to put this specialize, where we specify where are the details going to be updated. So where index number equals to, I think, what is it? Where index number equals to index. Otherwise, the mistake that you've seen, it will take place. Everything will be updated into the name as specified. So you see, okay, once more, let me enable this background to be visible a bit. And then bg danger. Just want this panel to be visible here. You can see now. So what am I want? I want to see, like, if I delete here, everything will be deleted. Everything will be deleted into the system, because like they seem to be identical. Now, once more for the delete function. For the delete function, I don't want to refresh the thing so that it can be updated. So let's do something here for the delete. Delete is in index. After deletion has taken place, what do? We can header, and then we have location. Then you can have index should be in the same page. Then we set a message to be equal to message to be equal to message, like that. Record deleted successfully. Then we have a question mark. We remove that one here. So let me see. Record deleted successfully. It should be submitting to this particular page. Now what happens? Let me just admit another student. Okay, I think some details have been entered. This form is not empty initially. You can see that. So let me register another student with unique details. So we can have, then we have Alfayo Okwemba. Then Alfayo, and then you can have Okwemba here. Then here you can have 25, and then email can have alfayo@gmail.com. Then you can have choose the photo for Alfayo. Alfayo looks like this. Then you have like that. Then you can have Collins Meroka. No. Then you have Collins. Then you have Meroka. Then age should be 25, and then you have that Collins at gmail.com. Then this is how Collins look like. This is how Collins looks like. Then you have okay. Then you can have that's name. Then then we can choose the file. So this is how she looks. And then we can have okay. So I think that's it, guys. So we can see people who have been registered into the system. So we have got these names. So you see, if I click delete, it happens, record deleted successfully. If I click edit, I can edit details here. Like let's say we need to add an abbreviation here. Then we also need to change a photo. You can see we can do that. Then Priska details have been as details. Though that message doesn't make sense, guys. That one I have to change. Like really, how it's happening? How is it happening like that? I know. I need to concatenate with the slash like that, my friend. Okay, so let me just edit once more. I only need to change the photo again. Yeah, now it's okay. This is what you call the PHP Crud. Otherwise, guys, I want to say thank you once more. I appreciate you, and I really love to hear from you guys. Otherwise, thank you. May you have a nice time. Good night. May God bless you. See you tomorrow for the next challenge.